Awesome.
Fitting hall.
Happy Thursday, everybody. We are so excited to have you at 50 Strong today. We'll give it a second just to let everybody come in. Awesome. So we had about 140 folks that registered for today. Some people will be joining throughout the meeting. If you have, I'm going to kick off a quick poll. If you can give us just a little bit of feedback about yourself, we'd really appreciate that. Today's 50 Strong features one employer. And what that means is we get to be a little bit more casual. And also, this means that we can flex based on what we're hearing from y'all today. So again, we really appreciate you being here. For those of you that I haven't met yet, I'm Candy Tillman. My husband, Kevin, and I started 50 Strong 5 years ago this month. We are super excited today to be featuring the team at HCA Healthcare. This is one of our longtime partners. I live in Arizona, and so, but I grew up in Alabama. And so when the HCA Healthcare team reached out a few years ago to do some collaboration, super exciting for us. And it's been really great for the partnership to grow. For those of you that are almost half of you are at 50 Strong for the very first time. So what that means is I'm going to give just a little bit of an overview about what we do, what you can expect today, and also some other cool ways that you can engage with our team and our employer partners, just so that you have a little bit of context. So it looks like 46% of you are here with us for the very first time. About 40% of you are E5 or below. 30% of you are in school. Oh, this is great. Awesome. All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Since we have so many new folks for today, I'm going to share my screen. And I just want to share a little bit with you about 50 Strong. Our work is really focused on connecting strong employers that have strong pathways with strong military talent. That's you. And so we really appreciate when you're taking the time to opt into employers that are certainly making an intentional effort, not only to open pathways, but to engage directly with you to share those pathways. Our work is made possible by the corporate partners that you see there, of which we're honored to have HCA Healthcare as one of those. And again, we're going to spend the time together today focused on opportunities at HCA Healthcare. You can see the team that's focused on finding and engaging military talent here. They're all here with us today. And we have another special guest from HCA Healthcare that I'll introduce in just a minute. But these folks are here with you today, and I'll be turning it over to them very soon so that they can share all the good work that they have going on. But also, I want to share with you, we do events like this often. So today is focused just on HCA Healthcare. Next week is focused on Johnson & Johnson. So a whole other team that will join us next week. And then in 2 weeks, we have our big 50 Strong Employer Connect events. So these are big events that have 20 to 25 employers all in one big Zoom. They're sometimes a little bit chaotic, but super fun. And so these are just ways coming up May 15th and June 12th, ways that you can spend an hour and engage with lots of employers that are all working together. So we'll drop in the upcoming calendar link for you. We certainly hope that you can join any of those live networking events. And I wanted to just share, we're gonna spend some time together today, all together for the HCA Healthcare team to really share with you about their pathways. And then I'll come back with you because I want to share some cool new tools specific to HCA Healthcare, actually, that we are launching this week. And then we'll open up breakout rooms for you to have one-to-one conversations with the HCA team. With that, I will stop my screen share. And I'm going to turn it over to the HCA Healthcare team to say hello and share a little bit about what they do and maybe a little bit about what you can expect in the breakout rooms for the next 20 minutes or so. And again, we just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Our team is here. You can use the chat if you have questions for us, but really this is a time for the HCA Healthcare team to share with you. So we do not want to be in the way. And as always, we never want to be a bottleneck. So make sure that as they're talking, you know what your next steps are so that we're not a bottleneck. And again, I just want to say thank you to the entire team for being here. So with that, HCA team, welcome to 50 Strong. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Candy. And it's always great to be a part of any type of 50 Strong events as well, too. I'm Shambhala Roach, the program manager for HCA Healthcare, and I've been with HCA for about a year and a half. I always like to add the fact that the reason why I came to HCA is because of a 50 Strong event. Just shy of 2 years ago as well. So I met John Snyder, who will be on the call in a bit as well too at an event, and went through the whole process and gained employment as an HR business partner. And after just a little over a year, moved into this role as a program manager. So this is like really exciting for me to have an opportunity to do this. With this event, what I would like to do is to have an opportunity for everyone to hear one-on-one about each of the different sourcers and the people who we have on our team, because it's rare that we ever get all of us all on one call where everybody could have an opportunity to hear from everyone. But overall, with HCA
But you
Healthcare,
got them all on a call today to talk to people. I kind of love it.
yeah, exactly, which is amazing. So it really is a treat, and being able to go to room, and even though it's where it's going to be set based on the location, if there's someone who happens to resonate with you a bit more, feel free to pop into that room and ask questions, especially for those of you who are already out, who are in that transition process, student veterans. I'm also a student veteran. I'll be walking next week as well too. So it's going to be one of those things where I kind of hit a lot of buckets actually as new veteran and everything. But overall, with HCA Healthcare, we have nationwide, and we're also international as well too with our different facilities. We have over 2,400 different centers of care that you can go through, but it's a lot more than just healthcare. You can do different things as far as human resources, like I did when I came in. We do have a strong recruitment team. If you're looking at project management, IT, you name it. So it's a lot more than what you see on TV, where it's just emergencies and you doing the patient care. But overall, the main focus is for you to make sure that we're providing the best care for those in the community, and building on that as well too. But before I move on, what I would like to do is also just turn it over to Brett as well, because he's a bit of a guest, unless you want me to wait on him as well to you, Candy. Oh, you're muted.
Actually, can we wait on Brett if you don't mind?
Okay, wait. Yep, I'll wait
Okay,
on
I
Brett.
have something special in mind.
Okay, yeah. So what I'll do is pass it on to Brendan.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brendan Latta. I'm with obviously HCA Healthcare, and this is definitely an awesome opportunity because you all are here because we're here. So that excites me greatly. I'll piggyback a little bit off of what Shambhala said. You know, we go to all these events and we meet a lot of people, and the word healthcare can kind of scare them a little bit because they don't have that background. And although that's who we are, we also employ a lot of other things. So thinking outside the box, everything it takes to run a hospital, an organization, a division, that's us. So, and some of you all were on this call last week. I know the 50 Strong people were on the call last week, and I am wearing the same outfit, the same uniform. But I did that because it worked. So I'm going to go with what works, right? And this hat's pretty sweet. So I'm going to go, yeah, see, I love the hat. But I've been with HCA for 11 years, a little over 11 years, started in the hospital recruitment teams. Wouldn't say I mastered it, but I was definitely looking for a new challenge, and was able to transition over to our laboratory service line. And if when you join the breakout room, you'll hear me talk a lot about our lines of business, laboratory being one of them, and then urgent care. And then I did our physician services group. So just lots of different things. And then um, our different chat rooms. So I'm going to list the states that I cover as part of the national group. So if you have a pen and paper, because it's a lot of states, I have New Hampshire, Virginia, Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Tennessee, Nevada, Utah, Idaho, California, and Alaska. So if you are in any of those states or interested in any of those states, definitely join. Yes, thank you. Definitely join me. And I look forward to it. So thank you. I guess I'll turn it over to Ricky. You want to go next?
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ricky Coxstein, and I am currently in Dallas, Texas. I am retired from the United States Army for 20 years. My husband is also retired, and we have 3 teenagers. I have been working with HCA Healthcare for 4 years and was selected to come to the military talent team last year, and it has truly been a dream. I can tell you, if someone asked me where I would be 5 years from now, I would tell you right here. I love it. Being able to help veterans, one, go through their resume, let them know, hey, you're qualified for this position, or hey, this is kind of what you're wanting to do, but we have other positions available within HCA based off of things that you're interested in and you're passionate about. I cover Texas, Colorado, and part of Kansas, and I look forward to meeting you.
Right. And I think next up is Jamie.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Blackshear. So I have the Atlantic group. So I have Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and then also Mid-America. So I am Kansas and Missouri as well. I am a Marine Corps veteran myself, and so is my husband. Both of us had a very difficult time transitioning. This was not a thing when either one of us got out of the military. So it has been a huge passion of mine to help other veterans during the time that they're transitioning out. I would love to talk to you guys about any of our opportunities. And there's not much left to say after these 3 amazing people gave the best intro ever, but we definitely have tons of opportunities in every avenue. I had 0 healthcare background. I came from supply logistics, and then I was a construction manager, and I had 0 idea about anything hospital related, what it took to run a hospital, anything on the clinical side. So I hit the ground running and learn the healthcare system itself. So it's definitely not required to have a healthcare background. And I say, don't let that scare you away. So that is all for me. And I think John is on the call now if we're turning it over to him.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for the introduction and for representing HCA. My name is John Snyder. I'm the Director of Culture and Workplace Programs for HCA. Up until September, I was sitting in Shambhala's seat as the Program Manager in Military Affairs, where I've been the last 3 years. So I am just like Jamie just said, you don't have to have healthcare experience to work at HCA. So I'm the token infantry guy now working in healthcare. So spent 7 years on active duty, all within the infantry and the Army. Transitioned out in 2013. So I've had a little bit of time. But I fumbled my way through the transition process. Many of the programs that you all are going through, even calls like this that we're on right now, didn't exist, 10 years ago. And so, I struggled to find, what are the opportunities that were available to me as an infantryman, even as basic as understanding what I was looking for in my next career opportunity. What are the industries available to me? And so that's why calls like this, the monthly calls that, Candy and the 50 Strong team puts on are so important to give you guys exposure to different industries and what are the opportunities. But I actually started finding my stride in healthcare. I transitioned out, went into law enforcement because that's what made sense at the time, being an infantryman, but found out quickly I was not made for third shift. Once it gets past 10 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed. So I'm that sleepy ranger that they talk about. What I got interested in healthcare by way of law enforcement, taking domestic, different victims to the emergency department, car crash victims, you name it, take them to the emergency department. I really got to soak in the atmosphere that the emergency department had to offer, and seeing teams work closely together, seeing trauma victims roll in on the ambulance, radios going off, bed alarms going off, a lot of beeps, a lot of noise, a lot of chaos. And I was like, man, this is my environment. How do I get here? And so that's what started my journey to try to figure out, how do I get into healthcare? And I really found my stride in the education and training space. So being an infantryman, being a leader, a military leader, we understand how those workups, those deployment or training cycles function. And so I was able to utilize kind of my training hat as a leader and move into healthcare. And so I spent over 7 years in the provider education space, teaching young doctors how to prepare for emergency situations, which was super cool because I was not a nurse, was not a physician myself, but I would be paired up along with the subject matter experts to help them think about, how do we want to train for this obstetrical emergency. So I stood up simulation programs for Ascension Health as well as HCA Healthcare, and then I wanted something a little bit more, and that's where I kind of landed over into the military affairs space, which is where I've been for a little over 3 years. But would love to talk with you one-on-one, about my journey, and if you're a combat arms folks, and if you're wanting to look into healthcare, I'd love to help paint that picture for you. But feel free to stop by our breakout room.
Hey, John, can I just jump in with something you said that really struck me? You shared about how sorry, we're fully just going to take a minute on this one, because something you said was, because law enforcement, that's what made sense as an infantryman. And I just want to share, if there are any other infantry folks here with us today. So I think sometimes folks almost assume that there is one path from infantry. And the reality is, as John talked about, is there's literally tons of jobs out there. And so this is seriously exactly why we began 50 Strong, because there are so many jobs, and folks need to hear earlier in their journey how many other jobs might be available to them. So John, I just want to thank you for sharing that. I think that's a really important part of the conversation. Oh, hi, Nelson. And I appreciate folks letting me kind of go off script to hammer that one home.
Absolutely. And that's also with the breakout room that we have for the one-on-one with, or 101 with transition with success. John and I will be in that room as well to discuss that further with anyone who is looking at some additional takes when it comes to transitioning, especially when you're looking at HCA Healthcare, and the team that you have up here as well too are going to be vital with the success of that as well. And again, for myself, which I don't know how I forgot to even mention it, 25-year veteran of the U.S. Army as well. And my husband is Navy. If there's anybody Navy on the call, I made the critical mistake of washing my husband's cup. And you don't do that when someone's an E7 or higher. That is like crucial. And he loves me enough that he stayed with me afterwards. Because I don't know what the science experiment is with keeping that cup dirty till the end of time. But overall, with that, 50 Strong really did, flatten that networking experience for me on the transition out, and made things really seamless for me when it came to meeting different employers. And I like Ricky, I can't imagine being anywhere else. And it's definitely something that I can tell my kids love the fact that I work for HCA, because when I had an office at a facility, my son was planning on how he was going to decorate it when he was going to take over once mommy retired. So it's definitely a great place to be. All right, well, I'll pass this back on to Candy.
Okay, I wanted to just share a couple of tools before we open up the breakout rooms. First of all, the 50 Strong Opportunity Marketplace. if you're not already using it and you would like to use it, this is basically a way that by the way, this is publicly available. Number one, you don't even have to register or give us your info if you want to use it. So it's publicly available and it's partner driven. So basically what this is SkillBridge opportunities that our partners have shared, opportunities for student veterans, opportunities for any paid training, and then also under all available opportunities, these are all direct hire roles. So every day we're scraping HCA Healthcare's website and we're pulling in the thousands and thousands of jobs that they currently have available, along with several of our other partners. And then it's direct routed to their requisition. If this is helpful for you in your journey, please feel free to leverage it. I just wanted to let you know that it's there. And then just this week, we did not announce, but just this week, it was announced that 50 Strong has just launched a new mentor platform. And the way I want you to think about these mentor platforms is it's kind of like this, right? Except it's 24/7, it's on your schedule, and it's one-to-one with industry professionals. And Brett Woodall is here from HCA Healthcare today. Brett is an Air Force veteran, been out for about 12 years. He works at HCA Healthcare. And actually, Brett was so excited when he got signed up as a mentor for the new 50 Strong Mentor platform that he announced it on LinkedIn, not realizing that we hadn't even announced it yet. And so, Brett, I just wanted to say thank you, first of all, because when I first saw it, Kate, who's here, that leads all of our mentor work, and I were like, oh my gosh, now wait, what? And then all of a sudden it was like, listen, this is super cool because this is an industry professional that is excited to share his insight. And importantly, he works at a company that has a very intentional military talent effort underway. So we're going to drop in a couple of links. We are currently still in a little bit of early access phase, and we are in need of some more test mentees. So if you are here and you are interested in helping us do some testing, we'll drop the email that you can send us a note to. You'll see on the bottom right, HCA also has a branded hub that you can go directly to. Of all of our partners, HCA Healthcare has the most employee mentors already signed up to use the platform. We'll drop the link in for their site as well. But Brett, I just wanted to say thank you. You might be featured on a marketing before you know it.
I was
And Brett,
so
do you mind to just say a
embarrassed.
quick hello and a little bit about your experience?
Absolutely. I was so embarrassed whenever I did that. I thought I let the cat out of the bag. I'm glad it was serendipitous. Hello,
I spent a lot
everybody.
of years in marketing and could not have planned it better. So thank you.
It's that organic stuff. That's always the best.
That's right.
But hello, everybody. I'm Brett Woodall. I'm a senior product analyst here at HCA. And you're right. I was excited. I was excited to be a mentor. I was excited about this opportunity because, like John was saying, this was something that was sorely needed whenever I got out. I got out in 2014, about a year after John. I was in the Air Force for about 6.5 years as a Phoenix Raven over at Andrews in the Pentagon. And, we had TAPS, we had transition assistance. It covered resumes. It covered, the surface level stuff. But I found out very quickly that whenever I got out, it was easy to follow my butt, and that's exactly what I did. So this is a program that is something that I would have jumped at whenever I got out. So if I can share any knowledge, if I can be of any assistance, if I could make connections, that's whatever I can do to help. That's what I'm here to do.
Hey, Brett, can I ask you, what is your official title at HCA?
A senior product analyst.
What does that do?
So senior product analyst is across a lot of departments. I work in enterprise technology and architecture, and innovation. So I'm on the innovation side of that team. Our job is to really go around to different teams, discover their needs, their pains, what they're liking, what they're having trouble with, and to use the technological stack and the technological resources that HCA has to be able to come up with different solutions with those teams that can be used years down the road. We're not looking for short-term wins, we're looking for long-term wins and partnerships. So that we're kind of a different little team. I spent 8 years in consulting, so it was a good fit for me.
Awesome. And part of the reason that I asked that question is because a couple things. A senior product analyst at HCA may do something different than at a different company, right?
Absolutely.
And also, I've been in industry for 20 years and I didn't want to make assumptions about what that meant. So certainly somebody that's new to civilian industry, these are the type of questions I want people to ask, because I heard you say things like needs assessment, working with a team, finding solutions. And I have a feeling a lot of folks coming out of military could be really great fits in those type of roles that do that type of work. And so I just, I
100%.
often hear people saying, oh, I want to be a project manager, or, oh, I want to go into cybersecurity. And the reality is there's all kinds of jobs out there.
I actually, whenever I got out, project management was the road I went down. And I went down it for a long time and realized I was more suited for the product space. So then I pivoted to product management, and now at HCA doing product analysis. So yeah, a lot of those terms, a lot of those things, the transferability of skills, the transferability of knowledge is not going to be as exotic as you think as you move from the military to the civilian world.
Amazing. I love it. Hey, thank you, Brett, so much. Brett, do you
Absolutely.
have open right now on the Mentor platform? I think you do.
Yes, I am wide open.
Okay.
I have a session coming up on the 5th, and then a couple more coming up. So check me out if you want to have a discussion. I'm on the platform.
Awesome. Thank you, Brett. Great to meet you here as well. Kate,
Ditto.
before we open breakout rooms, Kate, did you want to add any thoughts or?
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, just really excited to have the HCA Healthcare team on with us on the platform on today to share more about their opportunities. Thank you, Brett, as well, for diving in and already scheduling calls. For any of you that want to join as a mentee, again, you can head straight to the website, or you can email me at mentor@50strong.us. As Candy mentioned, this is an early access phase, so if you do run into anything, please just reach out. I'm very eager to help all of you make sure it's a seamless process for you. So if you do run into anything, just send us anything via that email, or you can reach out to me directly. We want to make sure it's a great experience for everyone. And we're really excited to get you on the platform to be able to connect with employers like HCA Healthcare.
Fun fact about Kate, she did not ever ask to be a technical product manager.
I'm learning a lot, and it's a really fun experience.
But the point is, to Brett's point, so many skills are transferable, so don't lock yourself into a certain title too early. Awesome. Okay. I think I need to share my screen one more time. We are going to open up the breakout rooms. Our team, can we go ahead and get those open so that the HCA team can go ahead and start moving? And for everybody else, you'll soon see a button that at the bottom of your screen that says breakout rooms. It may say more with 3 dots. Click that. You can self-navigate yourself into any breakout room that you want to go to. Each of the breakout rooms are going to have different folks from the HCA Healthcare team in their rooms. Couple things that I want to point out. If you have questions for the 50 Strong team, you're more than welcome to ask us your questions and stay in the main room. But we don't have a single job here to offer anybody, and HCA Healthcare has thousands of jobs. So what we really want you to do is take advantage of this opportunity to talk to their team. Of the 4 breakout rooms, you can see them here. If you have any questions, we can help you navigate. But again, the breakout rooms should be open, and we'll keep them open for just about an hour. So you have plenty of time to talk to several folks on the HCA team. If you are having any problems moving yourself into a breakout room, you can just drop us a note in the chat and we can get you moved. Y'all, I just wanted to wrap up before we let you all go with just a couple of reminders. So today's event was really focused on letting you learn as much as possible about HCA Healthcare. And so we're so happy for those of you that joined. Next week, we'll feature Johnson & Johnson. And then on May 15th, in 2 weeks, we'll have another big employer connect with almost 25 different employers. So we'll drop in the link to our upcoming events. If you're not already registered for those, please definitely join us, or you can scan there. And then just as a reminder, next steps, like please be proactive. Follow up directly as the team at HCA has asked you to follow up. HCA Healthcare team, if y'all want to just drop in again your links or however you want people to best connect with your team in the chat, please go ahead and do that so that our team is not a bottleneck. We also hope that you'll leverage LinkedIn. You know, listen, in an ideal world, you find a great fit at HCA Healthcare, right? But we all know that there's a reality and you may need to look at other employers. And so what we also want to do is just make sure that we're encouraging you to leverage LinkedIn for professional networking. With that, we have some giveaways for today. If you learned something at this event or you made a really great connection, we encourage you to post about it on LinkedIn, tag the people at HCA that you met today, tag 50 Strong, and we'll send a 50 Strong shirt or hat to up to 5 of you that share the most creative or the most genuine posts. So, hey, Brendan, are you there? Brendan is modeling a 50 Strong hat today. Still on.
Can you see me?
You know what? Let me stop the screen share so that folks can see you, Brendan. There he is. So we're going to give away up to 5 of those today. All right. And then also we shared a little bit about the new mentoring platform. So we'll drop in one more time. If you are interested in using the 50 Strong mentoring platform, we'd love to get you set up on that. We're doing kind of a slow rollout, but the HCA Healthcare team does have several of their employees ready to chat with you. We do also sell 50 Strong stuff. We give all the proceeds to veteran nonprofits. So if you are interested and don't happen to win one from your LinkedIn post today, you can always grab them. I just want to say thank you so much for being here today. Our work is possible thanks to several strong employers that have leaned in, including HCA Healthcare. And so we're always pumped to be able to make sure that you are connected with them and to make sure you're learning as much as possible from their team. So I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Do any of my friends from HCA have any parting words that they would like to offer?
Is this where we say roll tide? I don't know.
It is. See, I love it. And this is recording, by the way. So I have proof.
No, hey, on behalf of our team, thank y'all so much for stopping in today. We greatly appreciate it. And, we appreciate, the interest that you all have in our organization. All of us, we truly feel like, HCA has tons of opportunities to offer all servicemen and women as well as their families. And we like to say that we don't just hire the veteran, we hire the entire family. And at HCA, that's something that we live by. We say that we care like family, and we live that out every single day. So again, we appreciate it. And like Candy said, if anything else, if we can't lock in an opportunity at HCA, whether it's your transition timeline, we can't meet your compensation needs or whatever, restrictions may be in front of us. Because I think we were talking to Gary, and that's in Hawaii right now. Just know that you have an additional partner. You have somebody that's in your corner. That we are here to also be a support mechanism to lean, that you can lean into. Many of what Candy talked about, all the employer partners, we're all in the same chat spaces. We all text each other every day. Candy sends us the random roll tide every now and then, but we all work very closely together. So if we don't have, an answer for you, we know somebody who will. And we want you to land where you're supposed to be. If that's at HCA, great. It makes Ricky and Brendan's metrics look really, really good for us. If not, at the end of the day, we can live with the fact that you're where you are supposed to be, and that's what we care about. So, but thank you all so much.
All right. With that, y'all, we'll wrap up and give you a few minutes back in your day. Again, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you, and we hope to see you back